what a big time win by our football team and program. Really appreciative of the crowd. I thought, again, they were just unbelievable. What a great, energetic atmosphere. I thought the students were unbelievable again. They were there early and loud, and really felt like our guys needed some energy going into this game. We've been going since July 30th, and this has been 8 straight weeks plus those 4 weeks, so we needed this bye week, and I was worried about getting to this finish line. But really proud of the seniors and our leaders for really playing with a lot of courage and energy, and really thankful for the fans. It's always good to win homecoming when you invent homecoming. So really appreciative to our team, and then to keep the Mayor's Cup in the real Columbia, that's always something special too. So hats off to our defense. I thought Coach Baker did an outstanding job getting after them offensively, and to hold them to 4 field goals I think was incredible, especially after the drop punt. To go out there and run to the fight the way they did and hold them to a field goal was really impressive. So with that, I'll open it up for whatever inquiries y'all might have.
Eli, coming in with the team that you said needed some energy in a spot where they maybe could have looked ahead a little bit. How happy were you with that first half?
Yeah, the only thing I was worried about was them looking ahead to the bye week. Looking to the day off as much as anything. But really proud of the energy they had in the first half. Offensively to come out and score on 3 of the first 4 possessions. Defensively to go out there and really stuff them all the way up until halftime. I thought was really good.
Eli, a lot of football teams use multiple running backs today. You used one guy and he did great. Can you describe why Schrader has that responsibility and what he's shown you?
We just have a lot of trust in him, and felt like he continues to earn the opportunity with the way he's producing with the ball in his hands. He's got a really limited stuff rate. He doesn't have negative yardage runs, and so I think for us, plus his combination of what he does in protections, our plan was to play a little bit of Jamal Roberts in this game, and just didn't get it done. But we'll see what happens to the bye week.
It seemed like the offensive line was opening up a lot of big holes for Cody, especially in the first half. What did you see from them today?
Yeah, I thought we had a pretty good rhythm offensively. They started out, there's been a ton of man-to-man. They came out and covered 2 that first series, and so I thought Kirby did a really good job adjusting. And anytime you play 2 safeties on the roof, you gotta run the ball a little bit, and then we were able to get them into their quarters look and hit Luther over the top. So it was a really good sequence there by Coach Moore.
Almost 300 yards in the first half from the offense, but you guys kind of slowed down in the second half.
Yeah.
Why was that?
Yeah, I don't know. We couldn't get a rhythm for whatever reason. I thought in the first half there was a couple of really key 3rd downs that kept us going, and obviously in the 3rd quarter we weren't quite as good on 3rd down. We had the first 3rd down where we went kind of an empty formation. They checked 0, and we didn't get the right protection there, which kind of led us down a little bit of a spiral there. Then we had the drop punt, and I think we got a little bit tight, but we'll respond. We'll figure it out.
Eli, this is the first time Missouri's been 7-1 since 2013, and obviously you never relax, but I do wonder if you feel some sense of a, breakthrough or milestone at this point as you go into the bye week about where you've gotten.
Why stop now? Yeah, no. We've got a lot of games left, and we've set up a November to remember. So.
And what would you say though that it means to be at this point now?
Nothing. It really doesn't mean anything other than we're bowl eligible. I mean, we're focused on the task at hand, and I think that's really been why our team has been so effective. Is we haven't looked ahead to anything. Everybody else is. We're not. Our team and our seniors have been focused on a 1-0 mentality. We need to beat the bye week. We need to make sure we get rested up. We need to recover, and then we'll figure out what we got to do in November.
Eli, penalties along the offensive line have kind of been a struggle, but tonight it didn't.
Just had one, right?
Yeah, there was just
false
one.
start.
Yeah, false start on the offensive line. What improvements have you guys made in practice that maybe have translated over to game?
We brought officials into practice. Dead serious. We brought officials into practice and just said, hey, obviously it's something that we're not doing a good enough job of. We did it all fall camp with officials, and so we just brought them in and just that extra level of accountability.
Coach, you mentioned a couple of times that you guys have got your eye on this bye week coming up, but I think fans and probably a bunch of us in here are thinking about what's coming up the week after that. You got any thoughts about those
don't
guys?
peak too soon.
You want to see in 2 weeks?
Yeah, don't peak too soon is what I'd say. We got a bye week to get to, and Yeah, college football, it's really easy for the fans to look to the schedule and say, okay, we're gonna get this, we're gonna get that, we're gonna do this, but in that locker room, it's hard. I mean, you're physically beat up, you're physically worn out. You got so many tests and midterms, you got stuff back at home. You're dealing with all kinds of stuff mentally and physically, and our guys are not even in the frame of mind to think about Georgia. I'm telling you right now, they're thinking about having tomorrow off. And we'll figure out, bye week, we've got a protocol and how we handle it. We'll do some developmental stuff. We'll work ahead on some upcoming opponents, and then our coaches will go out on the road recruiting. And then we'll gather back on Sunday night, have victory dinner, and get ready for the next opponent, whoever that might be.
What do you know, Lucas helped you expand a little bit in the first half and then hopped off?
Great time for a bye week. I think he's just, again, how many touches did he have tonight? He had 3 rushes, he had 8 catches. I mean, the guy gets hit a ton over the course of 8 weeks, plus 4 weeks of fall camp. His body's just telling him, like, hey, bro, you need a bye week, So that's all it was.
It seemed like you sacked Spencer Rattler 4 times on third downs. Was the plan going in this week to dial up the pressure on third down?
Yeah, our theme all week was Rattle Rattler. We just felt like we needed to rattle him, and should have had more, but we had some really unfortunate, uncharacteristic penalties on third down. We had the illegal hands to the face, we had a late hit, we had a holding that all took sacks off the board. So, but I thought, again, Coach Baker, Coach Peoples had an excellent job playing, Coach Smith with some of the pressures, and really did an excellent job there.
Coach, it seemed like on the defense at large, with some of those sacks and some of the hits in general, there seemed like kind of a different edge or a different intensity. Was that something you noticed as well, and what contributed to that?
Yeah, I think those guys, again, are just getting better every week, and I think early in the year we had a lot of pressure, probably self-infused pressure of trying to be something, and now I think we just are embracing who we are and trying to get better each week, and I don't think there's really the expectation or pressure that we let put on us. We're just going out there playing free. Really impressive interception by JC right there, and then corresponding touchdown drive by the offense. It was really complimentary football.
You talk about starting fast a lot, and your team scored the first 24 points of the game today. How important was starting that fast today?
Yeah, I mean, it's an important part of it. Start fast, finish strong is kind of what we talk about. That's why we put the fist up in the fourth quarter, and a lot of things that we discuss, our guys are bought into, man, and they believe it, and they're going to chase it. And it's really cool when a group's aligned behind a purpose, and it's kind of what we see right now with our football team.
Coach, last week, despite the great win, we didn't really see the ball stretch too much down the field. This week, we kind of saw Brady Cook open it up to Luther Burton early. Was there any scheme changes that allowed the field to open up downfield more?
Every game plan is designed to beat a specific look that the defense gives you. So, some teams do certain things, other teams do other things. So there's no magic play to get a ball vertically down the field or deep. The second play of the game, we had one of our better play action concepts drawn up that we felt like we could get a vertical high-low on the field, and they covered it really, really well. So, I think that kind of put us in a position of saying, okay, well, that's how they're going to play, then we have to dictate how we want to play. It's kind of what Kentucky was doing too. I think good teams find ways to win, and it isn't, we're not married to one thing, and so credit to Coach Moore for finding a way to get that done today.
What did you like from Tristan Newsom and some of the other guys, especially the depth guys that kind of stepped up today?
Yeah, Hop kind of went out with a shoulder in the first or second quarter, and so Tristan had to step up. He's just kind of been baking in the oven, came out, had a big sack right there. And I think he's a guy that we need to continue to step up so that Hop can play at his full potential when he's not having to play so many plays. So, I thought Trevez played pretty well today. I thought Marvin Burks came in and played well. We were trying to rotate to save Ennis. So again, Drayden Norwood did an excellent job just buying us some time there. And again, we're throwing a whole lot of depth at people right now, and I think that's a benefit for us.
Coach, have we seen your best yet in your mind?
No, not even kind of. No. We've seen flashes of it, but we haven't put it all together for 4 quarters. And I think that's why this team is so hungry and coachable, because they're wanting to prove it to each other that we can keep playing better.
defense is really coming into its own in the last couple of weeks. What have you seen that's been a difference in that department?
We practice better. Yeah, our defense is practicing a lot better. Credit to the defensive staff for creating new ways for us to practice and being attentive to details, but those guys have really picked it up in practice.
Coach, third downs, there was a part in the middle of the season where it seemed like on both sides of the ball, you guys were struggling with third downs.
Yeah.
7 of 13 on offense, and you held them 3 of 13. Also, they were averaging 7 yards on third down, that was the average distance. How do you just think you guys played on that down?
Well, you stop the run, you have some fun, and that's kind of one of those things that our defensive thought process is. That's why we try to create havoc on first and second down, and it creates opportunities for us to get to our prowler package and, create a variety of stunts and penetrators. So.
Mookie, let you guys perception say, what kind of receiver has he become, and what kind of role does he play for the receiver?
I mean, you talk about a guy that just does everything right. Just does everything right, shows up every day, works really hard, doesn't worry about stats, noise, Twitter, just goes to work, does his job, is reliable, blocks on the perimeter. Anything we ask him to do, he's a smart, disciplined football player. We talk about being detailed, disciplined, and unselfish in the pass game. That's what he does. And right now, I mean, every time he catches the ball, he's another 5 yards. I mean, the first guy's not tackling him. So really, really proud of Mookie, and I know his mom's really proud of him too. So.
It's like he's becoming the next Barry Bastard.
No, he's Mookie Cooper. Yeah, he's Mookie Cooper.
Anything else, Coach?
Thanks, Coach. President Choi, appreciate you being here today. You gonna celebrate homecoming?
I already did.
You already did.
You celebrated it for me, so thank you.
Yeah, M-I-Z.
You.